You're looking at a weekly chart of the Nasdaq. Welcome to my daily review. My disclaimer is, if I told you to jump off a bridge, would you? No. So don't do anything that I wouldn't do, and I surely wouldn't tell you to jump off a bridge. But anyway, this is here for my own entertainment, my own amusement. We're all big boys and girls, so grow up. Anyway, I don't want to be too much of a simpleton here, but you're looking at a weekly chart of the Nasdaq, and this is the pre-COVID high here at 98.38, and it's, once COVID hit, once in a 100-year pandemic, the monetary and fiscal policy went bonkers, and liquidity and the market went up till November of 2021, and the liquidity starts coming out, and it comes back down to the old, near the, COVID highs. And now the market starts to rebound in 2023, and people are saying, oh my gosh, it's going up too far, too fast, and it's going to crash. Well, maybe, it's just starting to get used to 5 or 6% interest rates, and the economy's fine, and some stocks are going to do better than others. It's a stock picker's market. I mean, the 37% peak to trough move is not insignificant in an index. And so I think the shorts had a good year in 2022, and the Nasdaq starting to rebound. And I just try to listen to the market, what the market's telling me. And it hit this low here of 10,088, retested it a couple times. And then once 2023 started, I mean, what's it doing? It's going higher, and it's in a power trend. Yeah, pulled back last week after 5 consecutive weeks up, but it found support in the last 2 days. It's up. I don't care about inflation numbers or data. I just care about stock prices, and I'm going to show you plenty of stocks that are doing well. It is a stock picker's market, as I mentioned, and you want to be in stocks that are going higher. You want the leaders, not the laggards. Anyway, this is Tesla. You can see that Tesla traded down to its 10 EMA yesterday and found support today. Today's Tuesday. Anyway, there's a couple of people taking victory laps saying, oh, it's a short, Tesla sucks. I don't care. I'm not a Tesla cult guy. The stock's going higher, so I like it. If it was going lower like this, I didn't like it. But, it found support at the 10 EMA and had good volume, a nice 7.5% bounce. So there's nothing wrong with Tesla above the 10 EMA. I'm just following price here, and it's telling me that it's going higher. So I like Tesla. NVDA is not one that we have on our list, but, obviously this thing is just like Tesla, pulled back to the 10 EMA and then bounce. If you're looking at, the 227 or the 230 area, that was this back here, and it seems to want to go above this area here at 230. So that's definitely an area of interest for me. And NVIDIA, I missed it, but it's definitely an AI play, and AI is the word for 2023. But whatever, that's going to drive the Nasdaq higher, those types of stocks, Tesla and NVIDIA. I don't want to go through Microsoft, Google, and the rest. I'm going to get to the semis because the semis are on fire. I don't care why. Some people say it's the CHIPS Act, and, the Uncle Warren selling Taiwan, and they're bringing everything home, and our chip manufacturers, equipment, and fabless stocks are going to be on fire, and they are. So GFS, Global Foundries, reported earnings tonight, this morning, jumped 8.5% with a 214% above average daily volume. So that's going to go on our PEG list. It didn't make the 10% move, but 8.5 is good enough for me, and I'm definitely going to watch this one. And there's just a ton of them. I'm not going to be able to get to all of them, but here's Allegro Microsystems. We had this at 34. Definitely look at the shakeout, then the breakout here. Nice move. That's definitely on our peg list, and created a video for the people on the site who subscribe to kind of look and see what's going on with all these PEGs and the power earnings gap. And that's Allegro Microsystems definitely fits that one. ACLS, this one's just ripping higher. I had somebody tell me it's a Ponzi scheme. Well, I like Ponzi schemes that go from 80 to 130. Made a new high today and then pulled back. If you just look at these lines, you can tell the trend. I'm a trend trader, so I like that kind of a trend anyway. That looks good to me. Lattice, definitely one that we had on our watch list here at the 76 area. Finally popped today, 8% move with 175% above average daily volume. This is the original move here, 6.5%. So it just pulled back to its moving average and found support and moved higher. Lattice looks just fine to me. MobileEye, there's a lot of folks that are interested in this one, obviously because of the base here, the IPO. This looks like a runner here, like a Google or something. This IPO is really on fire. Wait a minute here. This is not right. Yeah, 47. I don't know. This is messed up. It is 47.38. This is not right. Anyway, move on. That's a Market Smith problem. Oh well, we'll look at it tomorrow. This is ON Semiconductor. They reported earnings last week, I believe. Had kind of a muted response, and then the next couple of days kind of took off, and now it was making near new highs here. The high is 87.55, so it came very close today. ON Semiconductor just on fire. And I mentioned Taiwan Semiconductor. Uncle Warren announced that after the bell that he had sold it, probably 2 or 3 months ago. It's after the fact, but anyway, the sheep are selling it. So anyway, that's not the type of stock I'm interested in, the 508 billion semiconductor. We're going for the smaller ones. They move. Anyway, that's it for the semis. The retail is CROX. I'm going to go straight to CROX because this thing broke out of a base here, pulled back to its 50 simple moving average for the first time since its breakout, and it's been up 3 days in a row. They have earnings before the market opens on Thursday morning. You can see this nice little wedge pattern here, and I still like this one. I think it's undervalued, and we'll see after they report on Thursday, if they fake it or they make it. We'll see. ELF, this one, not much you can say here. Just, blasted out of after the earnings. You can see the shelf type pattern. Probably shows up more on the weekly here. Yeah, look at that. Extended, flat base, boom, earnings. And now up 3 weeks in a row, just trending higher. You can't short it, and people don't want to get long it because they're afraid it's going to pull back. But to me, that thing just looks like it's going to trend higher. And there's definitely those big blue volume bars. So somebody's buying it. It ain't Aunt Sally. Here's Wingstop. This one was on our watch list as well. You can see why, the definite cup with handle, pronounced, base there. Really nice. What is up almost 5% today in strong volume. That's a nice retail restaurant stock. And of course, ULTA Beauty just continues to trend higher. Real good management here. And, people are buying their products, and there's not much you can say. They're just trending higher. This is a trend trader's dream right here. Just to own it and ride it higher, until she bends at the end. That's it. Okay, the oil and gas stocks. I know a lot of people are down. This is really a stock pickers area because a lot of them have entered, the stage 4 declines, but the field services stock still hanging in there well. You can see the Tidewater pulled back with general market weakness, and then now has found support. Just that looks fine to me, trending higher. Val, the same thing, just above the 10. That's Valaris Limited, a driller, just trading nicely. Weatherford had a earnings report last week and blasted higher, and has been up like 4 or 5 days in a row, and just pulled back slightly today, 2%, but made an all-time high yesterday. So that one looks good as well. This is a pipeline stock, TK Tankers, on our watch list. You can see why. Nice base here, and just trading higher, maiden high today. So I'm going to take just a random walk here of just some stocks on our watch list and our leaderboard here at mcstockcharts.com. This is a TGTX, and the one I entered in Cubby Bears contest. The reason why is because it has an MS drug that's supposed to be the best drug on the market. It's the least expensive. Insurers are going to cover it. They're going to have an update here towards the end of the month and talk about the launch. They launched it back in January. So we're going to see how this stock is, how the drug is doing. The stock is obviously performing well. it had this little flat base here, and then it pulled back to its 10 EMA last week on the general market weakness, but the last two sessions just powered higher and is up to 19 now. I believe it made, 52-week high today. And if you look at the weekly, I think this thing still has room to run if, management executes their launch properly. We'll see. That's a tough deal. It's a highly competitive market. WSC, this is another one on our watch list, but it's getting away from it, starting to push away from its base. This is in the same camp as same group, I should say, as United Rentals, which is a leader in this commercial services leasing business. But this had a flat base and it's just powering higher. And I'm going to take it off our watch list because she gone. This is URI. I mentioned it earlier. If you look at the weekly on URI, you can really see this tight trading in here before it blasted higher. I believe this is an earnings gap right here. I made that breakout video for the members, and hopefully you can look at that, have some time, because there's a lot of quality stocks on there trading higher. This thing's just forming a little shelf here, doing nothing wrong, allowing the moving averages to catch up. Let me see. Let's go back to Uber. This is on our watch list, but this has gotten away from us as well. You can see it broke out, it pulled back with general market weakness today. I think, Avis had a good report and they had some good news. So Uber still looks good to me. ON, this is going to be back on our watch list. It had this nice shakeout here and a nice 6% move today with increasing volume. They don't have earnings until March 18th. You really have to watch the earnings dates this time of year. SMCI, this is one that I had sold when it sliced its 50, then I bought it back as it reported earnings and blasted. It was showing strength while the market pulled back last week. And I bought it as it ran through its 50 again. So we'll see how this one does. You can see the big blue volume bars. So yeah, it was showing strength while the market was weak, and I kind of like that action. It's still near a buy point here, and it'll be on our watch list as well. 4 is another one that I like. It was on our watch list a while ago, but this one's gone now. Just trending higher. You can see it pulled back to its 21 EMA. This is the general market weakness last week when the Nasdaq was down 2.5%, but the last couple of days it's right back up again. So 4 looks good. AXON had that glitch. I don't know what you call this. It looks like a glitch if you look at some of those other charts. That had that glitch a few weeks back, but last week sold off, sliced its 50, then recovered, traded sideways, had an inside day and traded sideways. Now it's starting to regain its traction, albeit on lighter volume, but that still looks like it's in a base. They have earnings on February 28th, and this pullback is a shakeout, and I think that I would still hang with this one, and it's going to be on our watch list. Hyatt Hotels, this is on our watch list. She's gone too. I think the buy point was like 108. Now it's at 116, and it's pushed away from its base. So see you later. CDNS, this is the last one for tonight. I just want to show this. This was up more than 7% and 136% above average daily volume. This was on our watch list, but I'm going to take it off because that's too big of a move, and it's extended from its 10 EMA by quite a bit here after a move like that. 6.1% above its 10 EMA. So we're going to let it cool out. We'll keep it, keep monitoring it, but it's not going to be on our watch list. Anyway, that's it for today. Like I said, I'm not a macro guy. I think once in 100 years pandemic has people screwed up with the inverted yield curve and the inflation and the macro data, and everything looks so negative. There's wars and air balloons in China and Taiwan. Forget about all that. Just follow the price. I just showed you a ton of stocks that are, and I could show you a ton more, but I don't have the time. But there's a ton of them that are showing strength, and we just want the leaders, not the laggards, and we never give up.